In this video, I want to explain what stock buybacks is all about. How they work and how they also help shareholders. What exactly is stock buyback? So, stock buyback, also known as share repurchase. Of course, when the company decides to buy back its own shares from the open market. This reduces the total number of shares outstanding, and not only that, it effectively increases the value of the remaining shares. When the company decides to buy back its own shares with the desire of reducing the number of shares outstanding, these particular acts will create value for the company and for the shareholders and will increase the earning per shares. So how stock buybacks benefit shareholders? How does share buybacks benefit shareholders? Number one is increased earning per shares, as I earlier I talked about. Increase earnings per share. With fewer shares in circulation, the company's earnings are distributed over a smaller number of shares. So this can increase earning per shares, which often leads to higher stock price, benefiting shareholders. Generally, whenever there's the stock price climbs, shareholders will stand to gain. Number two is improved stock price. Improved stock price is a very important means through which share buybacks benefit shareholders. That's improved stock price. By reducing the supply of shares, buybacks can create upward pressure on the stock price. As fewer shares are available in the market may perceive the buyback as a sign that the company believes its stock is undervalued, potentially attracting more investors. Number three, return of capital to shareholders. Return of capital to shareholders. Instead of paying dividends, a company may choose to repurchase shares, providing an alternative way for shareholders to benefit. So while buybacks are not guaranteed to provide cash directly like dividends, they can increase shareholders' wealth through price appreciation. A company may decide and say, well, instead of paying out dividends, kind of cash payment to shareholders through dividends, they may decide to repurchase shares, and the money still goes to the shareholders. And not only that, it will leads to price appreciation at the end of the day. Number four, please don't fail to subscribe to this channel and like this video, share, and hit the notification button. And don't forget to also make a comment in the comment section. Number four, tax efficiency. Tax efficiency. For shareholders, stock buybacks can be more tax efficient than dividends. You discover that when it comes to taxation, dividends is taxed at a higher rate than a capital appreciation, because it is taxed at one's income brackets. So in some jurisdictions, capital gains, that's from stock price appreciation, are taxed at a lower rate than dividends, making buybacks a favorable way to return value to shareholders. You discover that by the time a company undertakes stock buybacks, shareholders will have that particular tax advantage on its benefits compared to issuing out or paying out dividend. Dividends are taxed at a higher rate. They are taxed based on one's income bracket. The higher income brackets, the more you will pay in taxes on dividends. Number 5 is a signal of financial health. Signal of financial health. So a stock buyback is often viewed as a signal that the company is confident in its financial position and future prospects. So companies with strong cash flow or excess capital may repurchase shares, indicating stability and potential long-term growth. It's an indication of the fact that the company is doing well and that it has strong balance sheets, strong fundamentals. That's why they can afford to use their excess capital to buy back its own shares or to buy back their own shares. Number 6, control and ownership. Control and ownership. As the number of shares decreases, normally when the company buy back shares, you discover that there's a decrease in the number of shares outstanding. So as the number of shares decreases, existing shareholders may see an increase in their percentage of ownership in the company. Generally, if an individual has let's say 1% of the company, right? And if the company decides to undertake share buybacks, you discover that the person may end up with either 1.5% or 2% of the company, depending on the nature of the buyback, depending on the size of the shares, the amount of shares the company bought back. This can give them more control or influence over company decisions, especially in companies with fewer outstanding shares. Not only that, while share buybacks can provide significant benefit to shareholders, they can also have drawbacks or disadvantages or pitfalls if the company uses buyback to artificially inflate stock prices, or even the buybacks are financed with debts rather than excess cash. You come across a situation where the company, for one reason or the other, may decide to borrow money, to go into debt, to buy back its own shares. That is not that is a typical red flag. That means they cannot really generate the cash to buy back the shares. They have to go out and borrow. By so doing, they are subjecting themselves to more debt burden. And whenever there's an increase in interest rate on the debt, the company may find it very difficult to be able to pay off the debt they incur to buy back its shares in the first instance.